And guys, this is why you never take Tyler drifting down the side of Mount Akita in the Torrento 86, ever. If you ever take Tyler drifting, he just gets sick, and then he talks about chicken nuggets and cheese.
And then he's out for a week.
He doesn't show up to work.
Cheese bread with extra cheese.
Cheese bread with extra cheese.
It's the same on the way out as it is on the way in.
Yeah. Gross.
Gross.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Ryan D and ZZP with the gang here today. Tyler is out sick, so your actual real host of the Power Hour is here. And that's me. We're episode 145. Tyler, you're not getting your job back. This is my job. Who we got here today?
I'm Randy O, ZZP.
Turbo Tim.
Boosted Beak.
Sure. Why not?
T-Spain.
T-Spain. Spaniard in the house. Guys, almost Happy New Year. And we are talking about some end-of-the-year recaps today. Just about stuff we've done over the 2023. I almost said 22 because Jesus time flies.
Yeah.
And just stuff we're kind of having planned in the new year. We got some of our greatest minds up here. And we're going to talk and chat with you guys and hang out today. Yes, Matt, Tim doesn't remember that it's Flannel Friday today.
Yeah, I did forget that. My bad.
It's all good. We're all good, everyone. So, who wants to talk about something? Who wants to start us off today?
Well, this is a year-end review.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is I kind of put together a list of products that we've made this year. I left out a lot of the boring stuff. Obviously, we have a whole bunch of universal AN fitting type stuff and
DIY stuff.
But dress-up kits. Like I'm not going to mention those because they're super basic. But we've done a lot of R&D. I'm going to call like 23 the ZZP year of the Gen 2 Cruise.
Yeah. We kind of started pushing hard in the Gen 2 Cruise.
It's like 25% of this list is Gen 2 Cruise.
Mm-hmm. And see, a lot of you Gen 2 guys out there, some of the products, not all the products are made to the site. Most 99% of these have, but you guys don't realize how much time really goes into like R&D in this. Like we literally got the car at the beginning of the year, and we've been doing stuff with it all year, literally all year.
Yeah, like right now we have 4 Gen 2 Cruises on the premises.
Yeah, we bought another one, folks.
Yes,
we got an extra now.
We got 4 now.
We got the charcoal sedan.
Yep.
We've got Steve's hatchback, which is an auto. We have another twin of Steve's hatchback auto, and then we have is it black or what's the other color one? The other one that Matt got. Matt got another one.
He got 2?
I think it's a carbon flash car. I forget.
Okay.
Oh my goodness! I didn't even know we had that many.
I didn't know that last one.
DI the world. Forget you port injecting, guys.
Yeah, I mean, my 2 cents on the Gen 2 Cruise. It's it's a hatchback. Yep. It's larger than a Sonic. It's nicer than a Sonic. I'd hate to admit, but it is a nicer car overall. Mm-hmm. It's not as sporty, as zippy, as like go-karty as a Sonic, in my opinion. It feels like more of a comfortable, nice car. So like, if you are on a budget, you got a significant other, you got a kid, and you're like, but I want a toy car. Like, I would say a Gen 2 Cruise would be a pretty good one.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you can fit your kid in the back. It's a comfortable vehicle. Your significant other can drive as well as you. Like, and then it has a lot of mod potential.
Yeah.
We have our charcoal car one right now has like the full package: colder intake, exhaust, intercooler. It's got like revision 1 Z04, I guess I'll call it, turbo kit on it, and it makes within like 5 or 8 wheel horsepower of our Gen 1 Cruise. So the Yeti LE2 seems to make comparable power.
And get better gas mileage. We love that.
Yes, and I will say the Gen 2 engine does seem to get better gas mileage than the Gen 1.
DI, baby. DI the world.
Loves his gas mileage, so that's ideal for him.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people make fun of me for it, but it's just another neat thing to like have good.
Yeah, the number one gas mileage person at ZZP is Steve Hickman. Steve will tell you, if you do this and calculate this gas mileage at this one speed, and at this versus other speed, and then he'll tell you his whole weekend he spent trying to get the exact gas mileage of something.
See,
he is about it.
I'm pretty into gas mileage. Like, I don't beat on my car a bunch. I just kind of zip around. I turn corners fast. I just don't really floor it a lot. But like, I don't drive under the speed limit to get better mileage like Steve does.
Steve goes like 6 or 7 miles under.
Yeah, like you do that. I can't do that. Like,
I don't.
Hey, Preston. So on this list, we would already have it on the website. But guess what? Your homie Tyler V is sick. Yeah. Blame him because he's sick. You can't buy that part before 2023.
Oh man,
those are ready to go.
Yeah. I guess I don't know why that's not on the website. I saw the product page get made, so it is done. I think we just need to click make it visible.
We need product photos.
They still have
product photos.
They do still have a couple days worth of kitting and final assembly before they're 100% ready to go. Yeah. So hopefully by the time he's back, Tuesday,
all
Tyler,
of the components are here.
Yeah. So guys, too, for those of you who don't know, I know because you're not up here often, but Tyler Spain works both with me in customer service and in the warehouse and receiving. So he's very intimate with our warehouse procedures, and he knows kind of what else is really going on. So he's got a little bit of insight with T-Spain up here for you.
A little of both sides.
Preston, we know you'd buy it without photos, but we can't put it on the website without photos.
I want to sell it to you. I have I've been told that I have a billet wastegate for Mr. Preston in the building.
I had it in my hands this morning.
I will.
Like, why is it not in my hands so I can send it to this guy?
I will pay you 25 cents to hold it off until the new year to make him squirm.
That is not good customer service.
Of course not. I want Preston to be fast. I want to send it to him right now.
I had it in my hands this morning.
Preston was talking stuff about LHUs and LNS a while ago, so there's no love over there. He was talking that stuff.
I see.
Yeah. We were horsing around with the LE2 Cruise just 2 days ago or yesterday, whatever. With that bypass valve. That bypass valve is very interesting, and it definitely, like, you look at it and you're like, I don't understand this at all. You take it apart and you're like, okay, this is starting to make sense. But it's weird because it's like a plastic tube that seats on just bare aluminum.
Yeah.
And you're like, there is no way that this thing can seal.
Yeah.
But we went and bought one of those billet aluminum piston replacement things, and we put that in, and it did nothing.
Literally did nothing.
So, like, it apparently still does work fairly well.
Yeah.
So at the moment, like these bypass valve upgrades are not needed. So that's just gonna be one of those things to where like that's one of our go fast not broke. Like
don't buy it if you don't need it.
Like like I'm not gonna just put this bypass valve, this go fast bits bypass valve on the website and have you guys buy it when it's not gonna do anything for you.
Yeah. So Mr. Dario Show, when you guys have more exciting parts for the second year cruise, when you guys buy stuff. So remember, like we said last week, when you buy more stuff and we see the market is there, we will then make more stuff. Yeah. However, Tim, I think that's a great segue. Why don't you tell us all the second gen parts that we have done just this year alone for this car? I know you have a list.
Okay, I got a list, so I'll just go through the Gen 2 Cruise stuff. Gen 2 Cruise Flex. I know you guys can't see it. It'll be there next week. The page is done. It just needs photos, and then we'll enable it, and you guys can see it and order it. Next, we have the Cruise downpipe. The second gen Cruise downpipe that was just released not too long ago. We have the throttle body spacer for the Gen 2 Cruise, an easy way to put either a mechanical bypass valve or a boost gauge or whatever you want to do. We have a pillar pod for the Gen 2 Cruise. That's done. We have our cold air intake. We have our mid pipe. We have coilovers, catback exhaust. And that's pretty much it. That's Gen 2 Cruise stuff, and that is just this year.
It's just this year. Guys, I know Tim just lists off a bunch of parts. You're like, oh yeah, those are just your basic bolt-ons. But guys, once again, I have to stress for you, like, that takes a lot of time. That's just that downpipe. That's like 10 employees.
Man, that is so much work.
Yes.
It is.
Because the only way ZZP stays in business is if we can make parts, make horsepower, and not hurt your emissions.
Yeah.
Like, we cannot cheat emission systems. Like, we will show up to work tomorrow, and there will be a chain on the building, and like government officials will, like, blocking our building off.
Yeah.
It happens. Like,
everything here has a cat on it.
Every year, there is one or more mod companies like ZZP that get shut down for doing that stuff. So so there's just a lot of testing. We're doing a lot of testing on cats. We've probably tested over. Are you done?
No.
Can you die quieter, please?
I'll die quieter next time. My bad.
I bet we have tested over 10 catalytic converters for the Gen 2 Cruise.
That's being very nice. That's a nice estimate.
Yeah.
And I don't think people fully understand what goes on with the cat testing either. Like,
No.
So there's like different wash coats. There's different biscuit styles. There's stacking 2 biscuits together. There's an air gap in between 2 biscuits.
Where the cat is.
Yeah.
Like where it is in the line of exhaust. Like,
To piggyback off of that, this is for our LUJ LUV guys. Right now on my winter Sonic, we're testing a part right now that, again, I have to drive for weeks and weeks right now to make sure that, it's working properly. Because, I had to get Zoom. Me and Zoom walked around with Tyler and Alex. Again, a lot of company time and money going there trying to discuss how to come up with this. We eventually came up with an idea that's on the car now. We can't really say exactly what it is yet. But it's a product to bring downpipes, a usable downpipe combo to the Sonics again. So, again, guys, this is something that takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and we hope you guys appreciate it. But to show appreciation, so we can build more parts, you got to buy parts too. So that's right.
So next thing we have going, obviously the Flex Fuel Kit on the site shortly. The next thing I believe that we're going to release is our intercooler.
Yes.
So we're going to have a Gen 2 Cruise intercooler, which is huge because I don't know what the engineering idea is. I'm assuming it's probably something to do with the AC, but GM is obsessed with putting the intercooler after the AC condenser.
Yep. Packaging.
Obviously that's not the best performing area. Obviously, when you stack a whole bunch of heat exchangers on top of each other, it has a huge effect on efficiency of flow. Like you just lose a bunch of airflow by stacking them up really close. So when we put our intercooler in there, it's less dense. The fins are less dense, so the airflow through it easier. It's got much more surface area, and it's in front of everything with a big gap to the next heat exchanger. So that's big. Like we're talking 70-degree temp drops.
That's huge.
And so that'll be the next part we release for the car. And then after that, probably a little bit after it because it's still in testing because the intercooler's done. It's just waiting for maybe some silicones to be completed or something stupid like that. The next thing will be like a upgraded turbo. Which will be some variant of a Z04 going on the Gen 2 Cruise. What's cool is I think the turbo for the Gen 2 Cruise will probably be better than the Gen 1 because of packaging. The Gen 2 has more room. So we don't have to run that crappy compressor cover that's just teeny tiny little inlet that's all smashed together. I think it's gonna have a better compressor cover. And
as car guys, we all made fun of when these new cars went to a single port for exhaust and stuff like that, like the S-to-ST. But the Gen 2 Cruise has that one port exhaust, and it just helps with flow so much. It's crazy how much
header folds.
Header folds. We have a turbo fold for our Z04, which is great, and it's stainless and it works really well. But having that one port, and you don't have to do a whole lot more than that, it just helps so much. It helps. Flow.
And what's cool is it allows us to save you guys money. Because instead of having a crazy manifold that we have to charge you hundreds of dollars for, and that's just it gives you the ability to bolt a bigger turbo on the car. We can just make a turbo that just bolts right onto your headfold, and you're just done.
Good to go.
So it should be a bolt-on turbo, bolted on in an easy afternoon upgrade.
So kind of on the header fold kind of thing, even though it not a perfect segue to it. So on top of doing the Gen 2, we also kind of started pushing forward our LTG and ATS-V markets a little bit this year. So what do you guys want to talk about that? I mean, there's a lot that we can kind of go off on.
Well, we've got 2 more ATS-Vs on property.
Yes, sure.
And then we got Randy looking at them almost every day.
I'm just trying to find a nice deal, something I'm not going to feel too bad about buying.
And
it's still a $30,000 car, but
So I mean, we're going to have a pretty good collection of ATS-Vs this year. We're going to go after the stock turbo record. We've got a. Yeah, it's not a secret. I mean, we posted pictures of it.
It's kind of a secret.
It's kind of a secret, but
we
kind of
posted a damn picture on our website of an ATS-V engine with something on it. So it's
on our social media pages. You can look at it.
Yeah,
it is.
Just look for pretty rainbows, and then you found it.
It's
if you're looking at a video game photo, you found it.
Yeah,
the one that we made in Assetto Corsa. That one.
Yeah,
that's down on the social medias. It's
definitely check it out. So
I'm just gonna go ahead and blow it out there too. Like, we're gonna have a really fast car. Like we're gonna come out and just shatter the other vendors.
Oh.
Like, this car is ready. Big tires. Like,
that's old school ZZP. We're just gonna be quiet for a bit and then show up and wreck your life.
That's exactly what we do. Like, we let a car come out that, like, everybody's like, oh, why don't you make CT4 and CT5 parts? Because it's not ZZP style. ZZP doesn't go out and buy a brand new car and then make a bunch of mods. We buy the car like when it's like 5 years old, and then we're like,
the 4 to 5 year old.
Let's start playing with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what we do, and that's our style. And it's kind of the same with the ATS-V. Like, you know, we've had a couple of ATS-Vs for years, and we just kind of dabbled in them. And, you know, now, like, you know, I can't perform with these freaking auto guys with my manual ATS-V. So we just went and bought 2 automatic ATS-Vs, and we're like, let's freaking go.
The AA cars just cut such good 60s. They're
like
1.3s?
1.3s, homeboy. 1.3s.
Like, let's freaking go.
Yeah.
I can't do a 1.3 with my manual. I mean, I got to shift before the 60-foot. That
you gotta
ruins
you got to launch in second, almost third to get the 60 like that in a manual car.
Yeah.
But we have our inlets too. We made for ATS.
Yep.
Those are $1 per horsepower.
Pretty good mod.
Yep,
so,
that's
by the way,
pretty ridiculous
LF3 guys, they kind of fit, but the spacing is off for the bolt, so you have to drill out the bolt holes.
Yeah, but our downpipes
just slot the hole.
Yeah.
What? Well, we have a
specific V-Sport downpipe. We have a guy that left a review, a 3-star review on the page saying they don't fit on my turbos, but we do say LF4 specifically.
Yeah.
So
and he's got an LF3.
And he has LF3, so
I
FYI.
mean, you know what? Fine, send them back and just put your stock LF3 ones back on, dummy.
Yeah.
So you guys know, like, turbos do not like restriction on the inlets.
Mm-hmm.
They hate it. It's all about pressure ratio, like the pressure ratio between the inlet and the outlet of the turbo. And at ATS-V, GM did such a pretty, like, amazing job, really, of making this LF4 engine so freaking small.
Yeah, the packaging is crazy.
The packaging is very small for how large the engine block is. The downside of that is that they had to build the turbo inlet around everything else.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that sucks. So what do? We find out, we measure things, we find out, oh, these turbo inlets are freaking terrible. And then we hand it over to Tim Cooling, our one of our main engineers, and we're like, this is the area you have to work with. Like, make a bigger one.
Yep.
So this dude, like, cuts them apart, epoxy, putty, like, weld spacers and stuff, and he engineers the most optimum one, and then we have it cast.
Yeah.
So now we have a cast one that was developed on a flow
We
bench.
did run some 3D printed ones.
I was gonna say,
for some time.
Yes,
they were on my car.
Yeah, I remember it was like before I was even an employee.
Yep.
Like, I came here and we talked about it, and I was like, you can use this resin. It's 805 Newton meter. Like, you can use it. It should be good for a while.
Yeah.
And when I came up here, I was like, oh, hey.
It was pretty funny because those were on my car, but I didn't put them on. Like, the R&D guys were like, hey, we need your car for test fitting. And I was like, all right, I'll drive it in. So I drive it in. They throw these parts on there. And then I just kind of, like, forgot about it.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden I go to the dyno and I go and dyno my car because I need to race it. Like, it's season end. So I need to race the car.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I make, like, over 650. And I'm like,
I have 20 more horsepower. I don't know where it came from.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, is our dyno broke? So I'm like going through and I'm like talking to the guys like, hey, are you guys still dynoing the same? And they're like, yeah, everything's fine. And then Matt reminded me of the turbo inlets and I'm like, I forgot about that.
About that one.
Yeah, so like a max effort ATS-V is going to gain like 20 wheel horsepower of those things.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty big upgrade.
And it's not just a stock Porter one, because actually we found the stock ones are actually a little bit uneven as far as flow.
Yeah.
Yes.
So percentage-wise, bank to bank.
Yeah, bank to bank. These equal them. And they're bigger. There's an actual full out cast piece. You don't need a core. You don't need any of that.
Yeah.
You literally, it's a brand new cast piece, ready to go, ready to bolt on your ATS-V turbos. So it's one of those things that, again, the ATS-V, they have header folds too, and that's something that we still have not forgotten about making more stuff with that.
It's hard. It
is
hard.
It's expensive.
Like, with what I said, the same thing. The engine, it's a lot in a very small area. One thing bad about that is that it makes it really hard for us to put bigger turbos on them.
Yeah.
Like GM literally engineered this entire turbo around making it as small as possible. So like we did the Zonas on my car and we're like, the ECM uses a vacuum controlled wastegate and the ECM does not like to control the boost with a boost controlled wastegate. You know, we played around in the ECM. There were tables and drop downs that looked like they were going to make it work, but it just didn't work right. So like we're back on it again. We've got a new theory. We're working on it. We're ordering stuff, and we're going to work on a new twin turbo kit that reuses the vacuum controlled wastegate diaphragm on an aftermarket turbo. So hopefully, like in 24, we might have an ATS-V big turbo kit that anybody can bolt on in their car. It's a tough car to work on though. Like that is a 2-liter engine bay, a 2-liter inline 4-cylinder engine bay with a freaking V6 and 2 turbos hanging off in it. Like it's tight.
It's essentially,
That's why GM had to do such a great packaging job in getting everything as tight and compact as possible, because when you're trying to put a high feature V6, it's a 60 degree, right? 60 degree V6. It's a lot of engine to fit in an engine bay.
Absolutely.
That's it's not when people put K series in Corvettes or something like that.
Dual overhead cam, like
it's a lot. It's a lot.
The heads are freaking huge.
Yeah. And speaking of huge heads, you guys give me perfect segues today to keep talking about stuff. What about them 1.4s, them LUJ LUVs? With those big, thick old heads and all that stuff. What kind of stuff have we developed on those cars as far as pushing it for racing and everything else?
I don't know. It's kind of frustrating. Like, I want to talk about it, but like, but there aren't any other people out there making big enough numbers to really have the problem that I'm having right now.
Well, yours is a little bit different, but it is cool for the Sonic market in general that, that we're figuring some stuff out. But for you guys that know, we have the Z04. I'm only mentioning it once, Mike. Don't worry.
Yep. We got the swear jar.
I don't got one. But we are currently testing, or will be testing, new variants of that turbo.
Yeah, this Wednesday.
Yep. So
this coming Wednesday, I'll be back on the dyno.
So guys,
real promising data wise.
Yes. So I mean, you guys, the Sonic boys, can kind of talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so basically the 1.4 is a very tiny engine, and mine makes 330 wheel. Randy's will be too here soon. As soon as you do that, you're gonna run into some valve train issues.
Yeah, just on the exhaust side.
no other vendors are running into this problem. Why? Because they don't make enough power. I'm sorry, but that's it.
We really do welcome the competition.
Yes.
The more and more competition we have, the more cool stuff we're gonna make.
Yeah,
I love that.
But the issue is we actually need
close.
We need to have competition other than people just being on the Facebook groups and being fanboys for one or the other. So,
well, I mean, fanboys are not, whatever. It is what it is. The data is the data. That there's nothing to argue about. I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, it's as of right now. I don't know why you didn't have any issues, because I was pushing your car harder than mine for a long time.
For some days. Yeah.
I mean, maybe you are nicer to your car than me.
I have way more mechanical sympathy than you do. Yeah,
he remembered to shift while racing.
That did start
the morning Tim woke up and he was like, "I forgot the ginkgo biloba."
Yeah, I did. I probably did that day. That's probably the issue.
He just rode out the rev limiter like a guy with a stock K series.
Just right to $8,000 third gear. Just
Well, that's
and then I hit it and I'm like, why did I
do that?
Why did I do XT5 Life? No, do not do that. We've tried that. We're already working on different solutions. We got you. Run what we say. You'll have the best results for that. Just with the stage 1 cam, you still want to just kind of do what we suggest on the website. Yep. However, we are still testing stuff with that. We will get back to you guys and let you know everything you need.
We've got to get the exhaust pressure down. Even the Z04, like that is an amazing turbo.
Best turbo market.
like best turbo on the market, it still has higher than I like exhaust pressure. As soon as we can get that exhaust pressure down, then maybe a larger exhaust cam will be beneficial. But as of right now, there's no point to opening the exhaust valve more when you already have like I forgot what I was like I think a little over 2 to 1.
Yeah, I think it's like 2.6 or something to 1.
No, that was V3.
Oh, okay.
I think I was like 2.2 to 1 back pressure or something, but that was at like 20 some pounds, and I don't turn customer cars past like 21-ish pounds because the gains versus the exhaust pressure exponentially going up are not worth it. But
it's really not.
You know, Randy really wants to go bigger turbo, so we're discussing like running something custom on his car, and his car might be maybe the first like daily driver that might get like a stage 2 cam and actually be able to utilize them.
Probably.
So that'll be cool, and we do have them here. We just haven't seen the gains out of them yet.
Yep, I made some like cam checkers the other day too, just so we can check the lobes each one to make sure everything's copacetic.
Now what about the parts we made? I see there's a few parts on that list that came out for Sonic.
All right, let's just go down the list, and then we can kind of jump into each one if anybody has something more to say. We have Camaro convertible pillar pods.
For you guys that like to have your hair flapping in the wind.
Yeah.
That's for you. So you can
Don't
see
do
all
it for
your
too long because you'll end up like me and Tim.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Yeah, don't go too fast, man.
Don't go too fast.
It doesn't come back.
Is that what happened?
It doesn't come back.
Oh, my God.
That is not what happened.
I don't think that's what happened.
We do have convertible pillar pods.
Oh, my God.
Yes. We got Sonic Gen 1 and Gen 2 Sonic upper trans mounts.
We do. I scanned another one today. We're doing them for autos too. We heard what you said, auto boys. We're making stuff for auto cars.
Yep. I will say I tune a lot more autos than manuals.
There's just more of them out there. There's a lot more of them out there.
We have. This is a kind of an underrated mod. Our Sonic Cruise wiper delete.
Yep.
Like I think Randy told me. Like he was like, I did it on my car. I love it, and like we engineered it, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. Like, I like that wiper.
Yeah.
And then Steve's like, I got to test fit it on a car. Tim, can I put it on your car? And I'm like, yeah, go ahead. Yep. And then he put it on, and I was like, yeah, that ain't coming off.
Yeah.
Like that is a very, like, it's one of those things where you look at the car, and you're like, why does this car look better than that car? I don't know why. It just does.
It's one of the Randy mods. It's the little things. One of the like, I switched out from this one thing.
Randy mods.
Yeah. Like
there's a drop down on the website now for Randy mods.
Oh, is there? Word.
Yeah, so you got an itch in the back of your brain.
I've always hated rear wipers. Like they clear out like this much space for you.
Yeah.
And
it's fine.
9 out of 10 cars, the rear wiper is actually trashed anyways. Nobody replaces them.
And plus, race car.
I think it was like 3.5 pounds, if I recall. I think I weighed
3.5 pounds. Yep.
Yeah, so 3.5 pound weight savings.
And plus, if you have a carbon hatch, if anybody puts theirs on, you'll save even more weight.
Well, as someone once famously said, ounces make pounds.
All right, another one. I'm going to call this a Randy mod too. Let's drop down Randy mod.
That itch?
Sonic coolant tank.
The coolant tank was one of the cool ones.
God, that
that's
OEM
a cool one.
Sonic coolant tank is hideous.
It's hideous, and it breaks.
Paul, get out, jump off of him. He's whatever. Paul, get out of here. Freaking Paul.
That's one of our biggest
says
fans.
Mr. 2JZ Gaudy Sky out here.
If you're calling anybody gaudy,
it's
that's
me.
Literally hilarious. So
that
continuing
doesn't mean
on
he's not gaudy
with the coolant
it's
tank.
Yellow.
So everybody who has a 1.4, it doesn't matter if you have a Trax, an Encore, a Sonic, a Cruise, whatever.
Yep.
We're working on something for Cruise, boys. Just chill.
We're working.
But they always get those spider cracks at the bottom side of the reservoir. And everybody, I see it at least twice a day on the, I'll call them forums, but it's Facebook pages.
Yep. You said forums.
Yeah, I'm old. I get it.
I'm older than groups.
You really are so much older than me. But anywho, they're like, I'm losing coolant. No idea where they're at. It's the bottom of your coolant tank.
Yeah. I have always supported ZZP making coolant tanks. I talked about it for years. I wish I had it. I had to get my own made. And then we make them after like 3 years after I had to get my own made.
Man, I copied Randy. And I
tell him that.
It's a good move.
I got under the hood. I was under the hood of Randy's car, and I'm like, wow, this looks so nice. Like everything is just wrinkled black and just muted, and like I'm like, I gotta do that. So I did like our Sonic coil cover, and then I did the wrinkle black, our wrinkle black coolant tank, and then I had my what's my battery tray? MP-Fab battery tray. I pulled that out and I wrinkle blacked that, and I'm like, holy crap, this looks so good. Like, super happy with that coolant bottle. Like, that was a great mod.
They're always great mods.
Like we pulled,
we pulled in one of our Duker sedan Sonics, and like it's got like a zip tied in over the coolant bottle, and I'm like, oh man, he needs that.
Oh my god,
but it's fine.
But coolant mods, we have pretty much everything you want for a 1.4.
Yep,
all of the crappy plastic.
I think that's on the list. Don't ruin the list, Randy.
Sorry, I wasn't.
Quit getting high on Sonics.
I actually didn't even put them on the list.
Stop it,
because they're boring.
Yeah,
it's boring to talk about. But yes, we have every component that, like, every part that makes a 1.4 suck. We have on the website.
Pretty much.
Like the aluminum water neck, the aluminum thermostat housing, replacement upper and lower radiator hoses. If you replace those 4 things,
the car is
and
super
the coolant
reliable.
bottle, 5 things, you're good.
Yeah.
Like the Sonic is no longer a piece of crap. Because everybody's like, oh, the Sonics are pieces of crap. Oh, water problems.
Like, if you look at the list for all of it. Yeah, if you look at the list of like TSBs and like problems for Sonics, it's like the radiator leaks. Guess what?
We got a radiator.
Tanks.
Yeah.
We have a radiator.
We got
for
one
that.
of those. Yeah.
Coolant tank. We got a replacement metal version. Thermostat housing. Got a metal replacement.
Yes.
Coolant neck.
The only thing people the only thing people say about them is, oh, they leak coolant and they overheat. Hey, we fixed all that for I think literally you can do all of it for under $400.
Yeah,
I think that's including the most expensive part, which is the radiator.
Yeah.
The radiator, the coolant tank, and then all the parts. You can, for under $400, you can fix every part of your Sonic, and that's been one of our biggest moves to make even the daily driver people, like people that aren't really modding their cars, being able to come to the Sonic market.
Like, we love mod cars. That's our life. We get it.
Yeah.
But the people that drive their Sonics, 3, 4, 500,000 miles. You're gonna want these mods. Like,
you're gonna need these.
You're gonna need the mod.
It's not a want; it's a need. Yeah.
So it's one of those things that, hey, you tell me about a 10-year-old car. I'm still thinking that's the 90s. JK, that's the 2010s. Like,
you're not wrong.
2012 Cruise is 10 years old now.
You guys know, like, the
I know, Mike.
The Benjamin Button meme where he, like, it instantly gets old. That's what I just felt in my heart.
Yeah, like, again, like I talked with Matt Meekover about earlier. Say, hey, 20-year-old car. I'm thinking, oh yeah, 1980s. No, like a 2003, 350Z is a 20-year-old car.
Yeah,
brother.
Yeah.
Next thing.
Yes.
We have every exhaust you ever need for a CTS. You got a 2-liter CTS, we got a catback for it. You got a CTS V Sport, we got a catback for it.
Yep.
If you got a V6 CTS, the V Sport catback probably goes on it.
Probably. What is cool about this is we did find some. We grew a little bit. We found this. There's actually 2 different exhaust part numbers. We found there's a difference in the all-wheel drive and rear drive one. It's weird. You wouldn't think it because it's the same car, but there's one hanger.
In different positions.
There's one hanger that the weird all-drive rear drive cars don't have. So our exhaust doesn't perfectly fit. However, you can make it work.
It fits.
Yeah, we just got to get one of those in here so we could add one more hanger to it, and then we're good.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that. They just don't have a hanger.
The hanger's just gone.
It's just gone. Like, so we have to, like, kind of re-engineer something in it, like one section of it. So otherwise it sags. That's like the main thing we found out about it.
I mean, I would imagine if they removed one, they put another one somewhere
else.
You would think.
You would think. No, seriously.
Oh, wow. Is it ATS same way? Like, after a certain year, they're just remove hangers?
Yes, after 17, they just remove them. However, our exhaust still works. They have other ones. But we found it on the CTS specifically. So in the rear drive ones, they have this one hanger that's off the side. The all-wheel drive ones, it's just not there.
Yeah.
And the exhaust is actually routed on a different side. Like, if you look at 2 part numbers, one's routed this way, one's routed that way. The one that's routed on the right has the hanger. So it's one of those weird things that we'll figure something out eventually.
It's one of those weird idiosyncrasies that we don't run into a whole lot. So
Yep, pretty much. So
next thing, LF4 intercooler fill kit.
That's a good one.
What I like about this?
Ethan. I'm old.
What I like about this is the filler funnel is like a really neat design. Like, you put it on, it's pretty much a spill free. Like, you're not gonna, you could rig it up before. Like, I used to do it with like a piece of 3/4 ID hose, and then I'd fill the hose, and then I'd stick like a wooden dowel through there. That was my budget intercooler top off kit. which that works.
Yeah.
But then when you have like a cup and a half of water in there and you're like, it's full, you're like, well,
yeet.
Bye.
Cup and a half cooling all over your engine.
So ATS-V.
But this kit is made to where there's a plunger that drops in there,
so you can
blocks
stop
it off, you pick it right up.
Mm-hmm. So ATS-V guys, I want to really stress how important this mod is. Like so many.
First thing you do.
Yes, when you buy it, arguably you do plugs and you do that. Like because so many of them. So they have the cavitating pump. That sometimes they'll just stop working. It's a little bit of air gets in there, and you won't even know it. Right. You do the fill kit, you bleed it. All of a sudden, your car's running better. You're making more boost. You're making more power.
Yep. You're not pulling timing.
You're not pulling timing.
The ECM is smart enough to see that there is no water in the system.
It's like more load on the pump.
Yes.
Yeah, it shuts the pump off. So what you do is you do it cold. Like the key is cold.
Yes.
You have a stone cold engine. You put your fill kit on it. Which look, what I like about ours is it's like super cheap too.
Yeah.
Like there's one of our main competitors has one, and it's like 3 times the cost.
Yeah.
So we kept ours affordable because there's no reason it needs to be hundreds of dollars for a stupid intercooler fill kit. So we made it an affordable, and you go up to the cold engine, you put it on, and you fill it with water. You fill the funnel with water. And then you push the plunger, and what's neat is GM puts the water in under a vacuum.
Yeah.
So as soon as you push that plunger, you lose, like, it sucks like a half to a cup of water in, like, immediately. And that's awesome. It's so satisfying to do that. And then now you start the car and you run the pump, or you run it with the switch button if you want to install that. And then you just work the air bubbles out. You just see the air bubbles work their way out really slowly. Let the pump run for 10, 15 minutes. Keep topping the water off as needed. And you'll see your MATs drop like a whole bunch.
And that's super important. All right, so the few other things. Tim, finish the list out just so we can...
I think we need to do a video on that, Tim.
Yeah, we do. I know our kidding guy he's waiting on me for that. Okay. Like he asked me a long time ago about doing that.
Ethan, yes, I'm actually getting older because tomorrow is my birthday. 35. Way too old.
Hey, tomorrow's your birthday?
It is.
Hey.
Man, time to fire him and buy a younger model.
I'm going home. He just destroyed my life.
Well, that's a 20-year-old car?
Yeah, pretty much.
Ooh.
So we have Sonic and ATS braided clutch lines. Pretty neat upgrade. Rubber swells, grows, swells, shrinks, all that stuff.
And also, when you go to ever do your clutch, if you do it, yourself, it makes it so much easier to bleed.
Yes.
I get it. Accumulators are for the people that are learning manual and you don't want to hurt things. Accumulators, anybody who's a tech out there. Oh, God. Why?
So it is not just an upgrade like a stainless braided brake line. Like it is it's a braided line that replaces an accumulator, which is like a shock for fluid flow.
Yeah. Yep.
And it kind of like it makes your pedal feel stupid. It like kind of slows your shifting down a little bit. Like get rid of the accumulator. Yep. This is a great upgrade.
This is a weird one.
I know
I
my
mixed
mechanics.
feelings.
My mechanics
both
love
of these
it.
parts.
I
have an accumulator and a line. It's great.
It makes bleeding a breeze. Like it's just better clutch feel. Like it's just an upgrade across the board for your car.
So, all right, Tim. Let's we got to keep the list going.
Stage 2 kit for an LNF.
Yes.
It's no new products. It's products we've been selling for over 10, 15 years.
I had a hand in this one for my LNF guys out there. It's great.
Everybody loves stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. They love that term, myself included.
Yeah, it's
like
easy.
I'm not making fun of anybody. I love it too. Like
I am.
Like if you could just say I've got a stage 3 Cobalt, like that's cool, rather than be like I've got a colder intake and bigger injectors, bigger smaller pulley, blah blah blah. Stages are easy, so we've got the stage 2 kit.
And it makes life easy when you're coming out from the stock. You just be like, I'm just gonna buy this one kit, be done, don't touch it.
Yep.
Move on.
Yep.
Next thing is Cobalt Big 3. What this is, every car is put together and it takes some years to find a flaw. This flaw could be engineered right from the beginning. This flaw could happen when the car gets older. In this case, like to save install time and whatever, they make wires longer than they need to be. So what this does, it runs a bigger wire a shorter path so you get easier energy transference
Yep.
with less parasitic losses.
Yep.
So it's an upgrade. Like your headlights work better. Your alternator charges better. Like everything just works better. Your radio sounds better. Like blah, blah, blah.
These cars are getting old.
Yeah.
If you have subs in your car, you don't get the dimming light nearly as much because you're just transferring.
Yeah, like I'm glad you brought that up. Like when you kick your heater fan to high, like your lights aren't going to dim as much. Like you're improving the electrical transfer.
Yeah,
that's like I mean, there's only like 4 Sonics on air, I suppose. But like with my setup in my car,
you hear that little humble flex he just did? There's only 4. There's only 4 Sonics on air.
The Randy mods.
Randy mods.
Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah.
So whenever the compressors kicked on, I would see see my lights dim a little bit. You do a big 3 kit. Yeah, I don't see a difference anymore.
Yep.
I have that on my Sonic as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that was done in 23 as well.
Yeah.
So like we've got a big 3 for a few vehicles: Cruise, Sonic, Cobalt.
Oh yeah, that was like 21 or so. They've been around for a while.
Oh, so it's old.
Yeah,
all right,
old.
that's why I guess I didn't put it on here.
Yep.
Moog spherical ball joint for the Cobalt.
We still love our old markets. We do.
Yes, we're still releasing affordable, amazing products for our old markets. That product is just as good as the other option. It's just way cheaper because tens of thousands of them are made instead of 50 a year kind of thing.
I don't like the word cheaper, more cost effective, because we put the R&D and time into it and then relay it to a manufacturer.
Yes.
Versus them doing it. And plus, I saw a question up in the chat a little bit. We are getting some new Delta springs.
Oh,
that people don't know.
Cold-Blats?
But they will be
new re-engineered one.
Yep, we
Nice.
will have a new version out. It's a little bit lower than the last one, and the rate's a little better, so you won't bounce all over the road.
Yep. So guys, just so you know, Randy has been instrumental this year in getting a lot of that stuff done to reinvigorate and renew some of these products for you guys. So
because we love our old markets.
Yeah.
Like Ecotech, 3800 boys. We don't forget about you.
Heck no.
We make new stuff all the time. We got some new 3800 stuff.
We can't talk about it. Don't talk about it.
But you got to give them the carrot. You got to get them the carrot.
Yeah.
You keep going on that list.
Yep. For the lowering springs, like Randy kind of took that over.
Yep.
It's a little more his cup of tea. Like I started to make the attempt at ATS-V lowering springs, and it wasn't working out for me.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, these are too soft. They suck. Make them stiffer. Oh, these are too soft. Make them stiffer. These are too soft. Make them stiffer.
We ended up with
and then
30K springs.
Yeah. Then we end up with a car that drives around like a freaking
shopping cart.
shyster.
Yeah.
Shyster high-low out there.
Tim, if you don't get back on that list, we got more stuff to talk about.
Tim,
my guy.
so anyway, you're 40 years old is showing.
Oh my God, this guy.
Continue. Sorry.
So we have ATS-V lowering springs coming out here soon. Like just mag ride, non-mag ride, whatever. They go on struts.
Yep.
That'll be in 24. Like, why aren't they already here, Randy?
Listen,
Randy.
Henry, if you're listening,
don't
like.
No, he's not.
He is not listening.
He is not.
They have been on my car for like 9 months.
Continue your list.
You try to segue too much. We gotta stop talking about it. Keep going.
All right, we got Gen 1 1.4 Cruise Sonic heat shields.
Really sweet, guys. Really sweet.
It's a really neat product. Like the turbo's pretty ugly. It's a pretty thing. It goes on there. You pop the hood. It's like one of the first things you see.
Also,
it's pretty in stainless steel.
It diffuses too. That's why we have a little part in there. So it diffuses. So we should show you what it does.
And if you work on your car a lot, it keeps you from burning the shit out of your hands.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Especially you get the Cerakote version.
Yeah.
You'll never burn yourself.
Cerakote version is the best version. Anyways.
CTS intercooler kit.
Yeah.
2 liters CTS intercooler kit. Man, I was like, hey, Tim, one of our R&D guys, and I was like, why don't we have an intercooler for the CTS? And he was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And he was like, let me take a look at it. And coincidentally, we had one here from Florida, I think.
We did?
Yeah.
We made 2 parts off of that. We made the intercooler and the catback off that.
Yeah. And then they went out there. Alex did his thing on the exhaust. Tim did his thing on the intercooler. I think the intercooler used some ATS stuff already.
ATS and Camaro stuff. So, yeah.
So you use like a combination. So we kind of like, it was one of those things to where I asked for it, and then like 2 days later it was on the website.
Yep.
You're like,
So that was kind of
look
cool.
at that.
Yep.
So move on to the next thing. HHR oversized
Finally,
radiator.
you HHR guys, we have something for you.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Only person out there to offer it because we care about the markets.
Yes. I mean, that's an old car. People are like, you guys don't care about the old cars. Yeah, we do. We've released an HHR oversized radiator.
Exactly.
And I don't want to tease it too much, but they got some other stuff for HHRs.
HH car?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Lowered seats.
No, otherwise you won't be able to.
I have a design for them.
Because you could also say that you and I are bald because we drove HHRs before.
Is that the
And
reason?
the roof line rubbed our hair off.
It's not.
So before it was because they're
probably-
fat, because they were so
probably
fast in
should-
convertibles. Now it's HH. Now it's about rubbing your head on the HHR.
So
Like-
tall.
I think we should form a class action lawsuit against
I mean,
Chevy.
I think it was
for-
If you've been
both of
affected
them
by
riding together in
mesothelioma.
slingshot.
You know what? T-Spain just had the real reason. Both of them were riding together in slingshots all day.
Anyway.
No denial.
Says the Subaru owner. Fucking chill.
We said so we got LTG drop-in air filters.
We do. That was
ZZP drop-in air filters. If you don't want all the awesome noise that our ZZP intakes make,
with some of you
then keep your
ATS
stock
count.
air box and put our drop-in air filter.
Some of you LTG guys, you're weird. Not a bad way, but you're weird. You don't have a turbo car. You don't want to hear the turbo. That's cool. We got an LTG
Filters, washable, reusable.
Yes.
with a silicone with our ZZP silicone intake too that we currently sell.
Yeah, it's true.
Performance gains with stock air box.
For people that don't like
No
turbo
noise
noises, that's freaking weird.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for
I do
people who
remember.
want turbo noises
I do
and
remember
don't want the
getting
intake,
many calls. Why is my car so like a hairdryer suddenly? Sir, is this your first turbo car? Well, yeah. Well, that's what happens when you do that. So.
Yeah, I mean, interesting.
Yep.
Continue.
Anyway,
we got CTS V Sport downpipes.
we
We
did.
do.
And catback.
Yeah.
And
that
cabin.
too.
Yeah,
And cabin.
guys. So like we mentioned earlier, but that was a huge one. More you CTS V Sport guys, we're out just trying to support y'all. Y'all got to support us a little back with this thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I don't know if we have a flex fuel kit on the
We do.
website for the V Sport.
We do. The
do we?
the ATS-V one is LF3/LF4.
Okay, so
Perfect.
that's probably been on the site for a couple years.
For
So
a
never
couple
mind.
years now. Yep.
And then we have the ATS Coupe Pillar Pod.
This guy got a coupe.
Yep.
So he said we need one for this because no one else offers it, and he's right.
Yep.
So that's a pretty hefty list of stuff, guys. Like it may not be 1,000 things long, but that's a lot. That is thousands of hours.
The
of R&D
list
time.
is probably 3 times longer, but the other things were just not entertaining to talk about. Like
yes.
head studs for this car, main studs for this car.
Read.
Pretty much all of our platforms, like main studs and head studs.
We're also redesigning and improving the design on current existing parts that we just released to the market for you guys, and finding cheaper ways to keep parts affordable for you guys to mod. Like that is a huge thing that we do constantly.
Yep.
So, and then we even got parts literally yesterday that we also I don't know if you saw them yet.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see them? They're red and they were about like that
Yes.
big. I don't know if we can talk about them. I am so excited for
Listen,
these.
stop
Okay.
right there.
Okay. So the thing I want to
All right.
the thing I want to talk about next. So we haven't really segued into it, but racing. This racing in this past year. What do we do, guys? How do we do it? How was the experience this year? Because everyone here was kind of a part of the racing team.
Yeah.
That, into some fashion.
we did
to some degree, yeah.
We didn't beat our time in Sonic, which is unfortunate.
But
the strides in like percentage of, I guess, like boost to power type of thing for the 1.4 decreased significantly.
so I believe we matched or we got very close to our best time
Yeah.
off of the bottle.
Yeah,
Which
off
was-
the bottle
like-
and off the trailer.
And off the trailer.
Like,
That was in
it
our
was,
trial runs.
Yeah.
yeah. Was
It
that
was-
with no wheelie bar too?
No wheelie
No
bar.
wheelie bar.
See, we matched the time with the wheelie bar and the bottle last year
Like,
with
and
and
it
it
was
wasn't-
some really cool stuff with Sonic. It's not. I'm sorry, Sonic people who are doing straight line stuff. It's not going to be offered to you, but we made like a smaller brake kit. We fit 13s
woo,
on a Sonic.
itty bitty.
That's ridiculous. Like that's Honda Boy stuff, and that just hasn't been done in the Sonic community.
Yeah.
But off the trailer, we were within what was that, like a 10th or something
Yeah.
of our fastest
Of our
time
fastest
ever.
time.
And it was
Off the bottle.
And it was consistent. What did we get? Like
Yeah.
3-4 passes that were all like
All that.
Yeah.
0.1
We
away
like
from each other.
We were at a streetcar Indy, I think
That-
it was, and 2 or 3 runs came back, and Tyler was like,
Yeah.
It was very fast.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, all right, cool.
Unfortunately, Tyler is in the chat and not here talking with us. Like, he should be one really talking about and reviewing this and being the driver. But, we just decided to get sick in the whole week that happened week before Christmas.
He does have
Go get him, Preston.
influenza A, which is like the worst of the flus.
I guess. I don't know. It seems a little sus.
It is pretty sus.
Pretty sus.
Week to get the flu.
Pretty sus.
It's weird that a hangover lasts this long.
Yeah, right? Yeah, like, drink all, whatever. Tyler's is doing... Yeah, it could have been, but Tyler, you should be here to talk about it, but I guess you're not. So,
I guess you're not.
So Tim, what about? I know we didn't do a lot of it this year. What about racing in the V and in the Sonic and like autocrossing and stuff, and the drag racing in the V? What kind of happened with that this year?
Still love Sonic for turning corners.
Yeah,
that is an amazing chassis for turning corners. I think I made a little too much power.
Yeah.
For autocross, 330 wheel just is not. It's just too much.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm gonna add a boost by gear to the Sonic this winter.
Time for Cortex.
Yep, Cortex time. So I think that's going to help me with autocrossing and whatnot next year. And I definitely want to turn up the road course this coming year. So I want to play around with some suspension ideas and see what we can do there. But this year I've got to do a lot more drag racing with the ATS-V. So we
got secrets coming out for that, guys. So you may
got to take the stock turbo record back again, but this time I'm doing it with an auto, so that'll make it a lot easier.
Yep.
And then the Sonic is my turn corner car. I'll never race that on the drag strip. That's not the drag race car.
We already got one that's 3 seconds ahead of 3 and 4 is almost seconds ahead of the next closest person. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not close at all.
Yeah, not even remotely close. So
I hope to do some more racing. Hopefully you'll be doing some racing this year too.
I'm gonna be trying to. Like, this year is kind of just a chill year for me, just a lot of life changes and everything. But Ryan D ain't forgot how to race, boys and girls. I think Tim is giving me my run from ever since I taught him how to no lift shift. He's been giving me a run for being fastest shifter around here. Maybe Matt Meekoff too. Matt Meekoff's really fast too.
Ooh, you ever see a Matt Meekoff 3 to 4?
Yes, boy, that's what I grew up on.
Go to our YouTube channel. There's a 3 to 4 on there.
Cue it up. Matt was competing for the fastest shift and whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Matt's fast.
Yeah.
Like
have you guys seen the meme online where it's like the guy it's like a ninja back and forth? Yeah, that's Matt Meekoff.
Yeah, he just don't even know.
I think he might be kind of rusty on it.
I mean,
I don't even know the last manual training.
Man, he's just on a little shit.
Matt probably forgot how to drive a manual.
Oh my God. Matt's probably in the chat. He's going to come up here and drop kick you, Tim.
He's got that C8 and he's just like, just put it in drive.
Oh, you talking. Matt, it ain't me saying this. I love you shifting, my guy. That's Tim.
That's just ZZP.
Yeah, we all talking. We all talking.
Always the way it is. If you're not talking spit to somebody.
Yeah, it's each other 99% of the time.
Ryan, I don't... I don't even know if he knows how to turn a corner anymore.
But Tim forgets I taught him how to turn a corner.
Tim, he's already dead.
I taught him how to do it. I ain't done it for a few years, so this guy's coming out my head. He's right, though.
I'm pretty sure I retired him.
Ooh.
Gotta get this guy on road course somehow.
Damn, Gina.
I said, I'll see you this year. Shinji and Tail the Dragon. I'll see you this year, sir.
Oh, if you come Tail the Dragon this year?
Y'all heard that.
He said he's going to.
Y'all heard that.
Put it on the calendar.
I said this right before you came back. I will be going this year, 100%.
All right.
It is going to happen. So
I did quote him on that. He did say that.
I do plan on me and the old Cobalt will be back.
I hope it's the truth.
It is. So
because Ryan D at TOTD is a different level.
I'm trying, man.
Of just
I got to bring the Cobalt back. We got to go have some fun again.
Yeah, Ryan, the car's great and everything, but you away from the state of Michigan is like
we try to get it on.
It's a good time.
And I mean, Ryan was definitely faster than me that year that he did go.
Yeah,
I was holding his ass up.
Yeah. Was that the Tokyo Drift year?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I don't know if I ever saw his grill. I just saw his hood.
I was all. I do put pressure on people.
I just saw his hood and it's just his big ass grin.
Yeah,
just comical.
Yeah,
just hood and grin.
I was having a lot of fun.
And then he just stopped racing.
Yeah, I took a few years off. Took a few years off. Got a little gun shy and but no, it's got to happen.
2024 is the year of Ryan D at road courses.
We're coming, trying to come back, boys. Trying to come back.
I'm excited for it.
So what you and I keep talking about is, are you going to buy a car to race? Are you going to race the snowball? Like,
I don't know,
respect both ways.
Yeah, I got to do it. I got to do one. Yeah. I think for the people, I got to race snow car.
I agree.
At least a
That
couple
thing's
times.
got more jack stand miles than miles. So you got to race that next year.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, granted, this year it's been running all year. It's just small things like an oil leak here and there. Then I'm just trying to refresh the car because, guys, the car's been set up this way for many years now. I'm just trying to refresh a few things. And
Now, when I say this is not an insult.
Yeah.
This is not an insult at all. I say what we do is we bring a bunch of tools, we put the car in the trailer, we go to Gingerman on like a normal track, like rental drive.
yeah, like a GPS track.
Not a
like
grid life week.
Grid life
three,
week.
4 20-minute sessions. We'll do it. We'll ride in it together. We'll have
Heck
all of
yeah.
our stuff ready, and we'll just get it ready. And the only reason I say bring it on a trailer is because, there's a couple reasons.
There's a couple reasons.
The car is ridiculously freaking fast.
Yeah.
Like, if you have a ridiculously fast car,
something's gonna break.
There
Bottom
is a very good chance that something can break.
Yeah.
And then number 2, it hasn't been on a road course in years.
2 years. 2 years.
Like 2 years. And then on that 2 years, it was like one time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, when you have a car, you can't have a highly modified car that's like
Gotta do shakedown.
making ridiculous horsepower numbers for freaking 10 years.
Yeah.
How long?
Yeah.
About 10 years, if not more. Longer than that, probably.
Like over 10 years, the car has been making over 400 wheel horsepower.
God, yes. It's the lowest it's made in that time is like 470.
So, like, you like cars like that, you got to bring them to the track, like on a trailer. Plus, if it has a tow strap on the front,
Easy.
and you brought it to the track on a trailer, it ain't gonna break.
Yeah. Everything.
It's not gonna break.
Guys, chat, this is funny. Every single time we have a car that's ready to be towed, it never breaks. The last time I was there, I did not have my tow strap on, and that's why I broke.
That's why it broke.
That's fair. Preston, if you want to come to Michigan and drag race, you want to get gapped by an Encore?
Ooh.
Bring it on.
Oh, man.
I love it. So we've raced, guys. I want to talk about something that I've actually enjoyed too in 2023. In our Power Hour, we started Rate My Rides, and I love that.
Yeah.
I love Rate My Rides because I'm an opinionated
we do that all day, every day anyways. So,
everyone who knows me knows I'm highly opinionated and aggressively opinionated. So, I love Rate.
That's weird because I wouldn't describe you as either one of those things.
I know, you're a liar.
Answer that question, Ryan.
All right, Kelly, what sleeves on the snowball? I don't know what the snowball is, number one. Sleeves? Car ain't never had no sleeves in it.
Dude, stock sleeves.
Yeah.
We don't need no darting
stock
sleeves.
sleeves.
Stock sleeves, homeboy. Snowball. Balls. You're right. But
Preston, I'll give you a dig and a roll. It doesn't matter to me.
Ooh, he said, hey, are you going to race them on the mud tires or on the other tires?
No, I'm going to put the stickies on it.
Ooh, the sticky.
Man, we don't have a ZO4 kit for him yet.
He gonna get gapped in. He gonna get gapped.
Sounds like he's gonna go home upset.
He sounds like he's gonna get.
Preston, give me some time, man. Give me some time. We'll get that ZO4 or whatever we want to call it for the Gen 2 cruise. We'll get that ready and we'll get that on, and then you'll be ready for the Encore because you're not ready for the Encore.
It is surprisingly fast for an Encore.
All I'm saying too, all I'm saying for the LE2 guys, my Red Sonic is kind of 1-0 against a certain car. I mean, the guy driving it is downstairs, and he got gapped by my old V3 car.
That's true.
I still wish I was there because I rode in that thing, and I'm like, this car's fast. Yeah. The Gen 2 Cruise is fast.
It's pretty quick, but it's all taillights.
But it's all them taillights.
It's all them red sedan taillights.
Gen 1 versus Gen 2.
I think he chased.
He didn't chase. It was a... and he got pulled on. Then at the end, he started to come back a little bit.
I'm the tuner of both cars, man.
I
like
know.
that Red Sonic.
It shouldn't do it. It shouldn't do it, but it did. It did.
How did that happen?
It did. And guess what, Alex? If you're watching,
I am with Mike. Streetcar Takeover is a great event.
Streetcar Takeover is a great event.
It's a great event. What I hate about it, the freaking weather, man. It's like
it's the worst.
It's 150 degrees. With 155% humidity.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Like you have to wear a rain jacket. It's so freaking hot and muggy.
wet.
But like But the event itself is amazing, and it's a great hangout. We usually bring the awnings or the pop-up thingies, and it's a good hangout.
We like hang out there.
Yeah,
normally at least a couple of us stay overnight and like have a bonfire.
Yep.
And
That's WPS for me, but I'll come hang out. I love hanging out. Hey, Paul. Yes, it would be cool to have the sky up here. Me and Paul have never officially had. We kind of sort of had a race once, but we never officially sat down.
Well,
Ryan, have you ever wanted to sell your car? Because Paul will make you want to.
No, the thing about it is, I'm gonna pick the start speed where he can't get traction and he can't do anything that's in that car.
That's okay. Paul and I will fix that before that happens.
Okay. So you're gonna cheat. Okay, I got it.
I don't know, man. That sky seems to break a lot.
Listen,
Like,
Paul, we love Paul. Paul's one of our favorite people here.
yes,
Paul, we all love him. That's
but
why.
he has the worst luck with 2J.
No. Paul suffers from he's not freaking old enough yet. Paul, we talked about this. Just dial it back a couple.
Yeah.
Like, you won't believe how exponentially more reliable the car is by turning the power down.
But for a while now, the Sky has been pretty stinking reliable. But Tim is correct. You are still a little young. You got to be able to dip into the Social Security for the mod lift.
Randall.
Do you like that? That was a good one.
He pulled the Matt. I can't remember. Matt C. CTSV.
I think Ryan's having a stroke.
No, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're trying to put me out there like that because Guy calls you old all the time.
Canatelli.
Canatelli, thank you. You knew exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah,
like it's just I don't know, man. Like I've been there, done that. I had my Eclipse. My Eclipse, I was like, I don't know, 21, 22 years old. It was the fastest import in town, and I always had the dial set to 11, and it was broke every other weekend. It was broke. And I just look back at it now, and I'm like, dang it, Tim, if I would have turned the boost down 5 pounds, it would have not broken.
In your 4G car, you had like 1,000 horsepower capable fuel system.
Yes.
For all of, what, 6...
Like 500 wheel.
Yeah.
Like, you was making like 500 wheel in like 2001.
That's
which is
overcomplicated it
fast.
For no reason. But now you have... the ability to look back on that and be like, that was a mistake.
I'm gonna make better decisions. So guys, we're kind of out of time, unfortunately, for our last one of 2023. So what are we all doing this weekend? What are we partying for? Guys, ZZP is closed Monday, so don't email us on that day. Chill out. Get back to you.
That's okay. But just DM me separately. I'll give you Ryan's cell phone number.
If he does that, you will get dick pics. Anyway, what are we all doing this weekend? T-Span talked a lot, but you've been up here hanging out. What you doing this weekend, buddy?
We're going out of town. We're gonna stay with some friends Saturday night.
Okay.
Sunday night, gonna try to do something for New Year's Eve. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Sunday, probably gonna be parked on the couch or Monday. We're gonna be parked on the couch for most of the day.
Yeah.
So I don't have a lot planned. I want to take down my Christmas tree and throw it out because I had Christmas tree issues. Most of it is out because it's those stupid ones where one bulb comes out and like the whole tree goes out. So I'm getting rid of it and getting an LED when that shit. So it's going on the curb. It's going in the trash. This
you can just replace the light bulb.
No, but you got to find which one it is because there's like 6 of them and they're all over.
That ain't the most millennial.
That is
BS that I've heard.
You want to go through like 1,000 lights?
No. I have an LED tree.
It's
not like
exactly.
A
so I'm gonna do that. Tomorrow's my birthday. I don't know what. So the lady friend is gonna have planned for me, or for other friends. Maybe D&D. Doubt it. But
party rides.
Oh snap.
At Ryan's.
Yeah, that's all. And then Sunday and Monday, get me and Isaiah, and then Miles watching next week. So I'm probably doing a lot of chilling out this week too. A lot of nothing.
Yeah, that's kind of similar to mine. Like New Year's Eve, obviously I'll have like, a small party and hopefully not be hungover because honestly I got introduced to something I'm not sponsored by any means, but these things really do work. Those little Z-Biotic bottles, those stupid things that is not a gimmick, like legit that works.
Really? Okay.
Like
that, and
they're like $6 a bottle or something like that. You drink it before you start drinking. And, like, it's not like you're completely hungover. Like, I'm not going to lie to you like their website is. You feel a little fuzzy the next day.
Yeah, it's like 60% better.
Yeah, like, I would say, like, 80. Like, 80, like, 60 to 80% easily
so
better.
are you guys bringing a freaking cooler these to the DR?
Yes.
Fantastic.
I will have one per day when we go to our ZZP DR trip.
For all of
February.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you might as well get it for all.
No,
of
you
them.
guys are gonna have to buy it. Like I said, they're like $6 a bottle. So
All right, we got rated Tim's room.
Deal.
yeah.
We know where it
But,
is.
but
When it's
yeah.
out there, I got you.
New Year's Eve should be a great time. Gonna have the big old hot tub open, like fully open. It's like a 20-some person hot tub, so that'll be fun.
Dang.
And
Tim,
yeah.
keep your pants on this year.
Yeah, yep. I'll try to enter the hot tub
Gross.
head last.
I
I definitely had somebody enter it head first before. Like
What?
yeah.
Oh.
A friend like just stepped off into it like there were stairs and he just like went like head first into it. And
Was
I'm
that
like,
friend
oh, God.
Drew?
No, but
Oh,
it was
that's
Drew's
surprising.
friend.
All right.
Drew's friend did it.
Me, tomorrow I think I'm gonna do Brembos finally on the Encore.
Cool.
I got those at home.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, everything deserves Brembos, right?
I like big breaks.
Are they gonna fit over your wheels?
Yeah, they're 17s.
Listen,
No, like
the more
base wise.
I have spacers.
Oh, okay.
the more calipers on the brakes, the better.
Yeah,
4, 6, 8, 12, 16. Give me the half pizza.
it was just we got a car and they had them on it. They were wrecked. I fixed them and now they're going on the car.
Put that back in, Mike.
Yep, and then Sunday night we're gonna do like a party with friends for New Year's. We're doing Fistmas. Everybody brings a bottle. Everybody's having fun.
Fifthmas? Is that what you said? Fifthmas?
Fistmas.
Fistmas?
That sounds kind of kinky.
Yeah, that sounds
Sounds
kinky.
like what's happening at Tim's house.
No, that's you. That's what you said.
Big
So,
tub's the warm up.
Miss.
yeah. Fifth
So
miss.
we all bring a fifth of liquor. Everybody trades. It's a good time.
Alcoholics Anonymous has a call for you, sir.
No. I'm no quitter.
Am I invited?
Sure. Come
Can
on.
I bring boons for him?
No.
Sorry. Guys, thank you once again for this awesome year. Thank you for your support. Thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for making the ZZP community what it is.
Yeah.
We have our haters. We have our shit talkers. But you guys are watching and really supporting us. We really appreciate it. We're going to be here for you. We're here for the long haul. We're going to be here in 2024, 25, 26 for you guys, for us. Let's have fun together. Let's make 2024 a fantastic year. We love you guys. Thank you so much. Happy New Year to you.
See you next
Happy New Year.
Cool.